Hello, my name is Neil Dornbaum. I'm a partner in Dornbaum Peregoy. I've been practicing immigration law for over 25 years, and our practice is limited to immigration nationality matters with a special emphasis on employment-based immigration. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about travel. For all of our clients, we ask that they reach out for us 30 days in advance of any travel for themselves or a family member. This is becoming more and more critical because it is important that the individual who travels understands what documentation they will need to carry with them when they depart the United States, and more importantly, what documentation is necessary to return back to the United States from a trip abroad. Individuals will generally require a passport. They will generally require a visa, unless you're coming from a visa-exempt country. And number 3, you're going to receive an I-94, an arrival departure card, upon arrival in the United States. Each of these documents are important to carry with you, and it's important that all of them are valid for travel. More importantly, though, is the new security concerns that are being instituted at the American consulates abroad, at CBP at the airports, and at USCIS with regard to the filing of any application. So if you or a family member is going to be traveling outside of the United States, it's important to talk to your immigration attorney to make sure that you have all of the necessary documentation. What we do with our clients is the first thing is to discuss whether or not they're going to need a visa on their travel outside of the United States. And if so, we advise how they can schedule an appointment and what documentation will need to be completed to schedule the appointment overseas. There are some 200 consuls that schedule appointments outside of the United States, and each of them have different requirements and different order of the documentation that they would like to receive at a consular interview. In addition, there are certain documents that you will need to carry when you go to a consular appointment. Those include a current job letter, it may include pay stubs, it may include copies of all of your underlying petitions, and proof that you've maintained legal status throughout your stay in the United States. Each of the American consulates have a fraud detection center associated with the American consulate, where they are now checking to make sure that you are maintaining your current status, that you're working for the same employer, in the same job title as your petition approval, at the same location where you're authorized to work, because many of the employment-based applications are both employer-specific, location-specific, job duty, and job title-specific. They're also looking to make sure that the individual is being paid the appropriate wage scale. So it's not unusual to ask for your W-2s and your current pay stubs as part of your submission to a consular office. Consuls are also reviewing to determine whether or not the individual is from a specific country where additional security checks may be required, and also the technology that the individual is involved in may also require additional security checks. These security checks can take anywhere from 1 day up to 6 months to clear, and it's critical that you know whether or not you may be subject to these additional security checks to determine how quickly you'll be able to return from a trip abroad. In addition to that, there are additional responsibilities upon arrival in the United States. CBP is now also checking to make sure that you are returning to the same employer and that you have an appropriate labor condition attestation for H-1B employees, and that they're returning to the location as set forth in that underlying document. Failure to have the appropriate LCA covering the location where you're returning to could actually result in your exclusion from the United States. So again, if you're going to travel abroad and you have questions regarding your eligibility or any potential problems in conjunction with your travel, we would ask that you call us to schedule an appointment so that we can review that documentation with you. Thank you.